What's up, gamers? I think today is a very special day. I think we will be getting that Nintendo Direct announcement today for tomorrow, Wednesday, June 21st. And I do believe this could be the last big Switch Direct before we get the Switch 2 announcement. So today I want to go over what I think definitely will not be there, what I think could be there that I would like to see, and what I think will definitely make an appearance. Let's get into it. First up, what's definitely not going to be there. There definitely will not be construction going on outside the window like there is right now for me. Hopefully you can't hear that too much. Second, there will not be a Switch 2 announcement. I think Nintendo wants one last holiday sales push with the Switch, and so I do not believe they're going to announce it until the beginning of next year. Also, I don't think there's going to be any Zelda DLC yet. I think that could come easily in a Twitter announcement later or with its own trailer drop on YouTube. And also, I don't think we're going to see Metroid Prime 4 yet. I know everybody wants to see it. I want to see it. It's been a long time, but I do believe this has been changed to a cross-gen title. I think it makes sense. I think that we're going to see it on the Switch and how good the Switch can look, but then we're going to see it also on the Switch 2 and see how much better it looks on there as a way to hype up the new hardware. So I actually think Metroid Prime 4 is something we're going to see when the Switch 2 is announced with that trailer. Next, what I would like to see is, I think a Chrono Trigger remake from Square Enix makes perfect sense. They've been huge supporters of the Switch hardware. They've sent a lot of their Final Fantasy properties over to the system, and I think they like Nintendo, and I really like what they've been doing with the HD 2D technology. And so I think Chrono Trigger is a perfect candidate for that kind of a remake. It would be low budget for them, but I think would sell really well and would be very welcomed by its fans. Another thing that I think could be there is we have Pikmin 4 coming soon. I think they could announce a Pikmin 4 Switch Lite model with the decals on the back and it all decorated to support the launch of that game. Be a really easy way for them to sell a few more systems to collectors and to Pikmin enthusiasts. And one other thing I think could maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, make an appearance is a Metroid Prime 2 and 3 remastered. After we saw the success and the sellouts of Metroid Prime 1, releasing Metroid Prime 2 and 3 remastered ahead of Metroid Prime 4 makes a ton of sense. And lastly, this is a total long shot, definitely not going to be there. I think it would be awesome if the team that made Luigi's Mansion 3 showed up with a new game, but this time starring Donkey Kong. So the gameplay would kind of be like Luigi's Mansion, but with a DK spin, where maybe King K. Rool steals DK's bananas and has him locked up in his castle because he's a king, right? So he's got a castle somewhere, and DK has to go to the castle and like solve a bunch of puzzles through a series of rooms with Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong could be the person you swap between, like you did in the original Donkey Kong Country if you played by yourself, or it could be the person that you play co-op with. They could be Diddy, and Diddy could fit through tighter spaces, but Donkey Kong had more strength and you had to work together to solve puzzles through King K. Rool's castle. I think what Ubisoft did with Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, they had that DK DLC that was simply amazing. And I think it'd be really cool to see DK take on a different format, kind of like a Luigi's Mansion formula. And can you imagine, after seeing the Mario movie, the facial expressions that they could do with DK? I mean, what that team did with Luigi's Mansion 3, some of the best animation work on the Switch. It is a masterpiece, and I would love to see them do that same kind of work, but on DK and Diddy. I think it could be a really cool game. All right, and finally, what I think will be there, I think we will see Splatoon 3 DLC, kind of like what they did with Splatoon 2, a single player expansion. It's been long enough since the launch of Splatoon 3 that I think they could reinvigorate it with a good single player DLC. So I think that's what's going to open the show. I also think at the show we're going to get a Paper Mario Color Splash port. This is one of the few games that was on the Wii U. It came out like right at the end of the Wii U's life cycle, really just a few months before the Switch released, and there were a lot of people that really liked that game. We got a new Paper Mario game on the Switch already, but I think that porting Color Splash is an easy way, again, for them to make a few more bucks, maybe push a few more systems. I think that's definitely going to be here at this show. I believe we're also going to see the Persona 3 remake. Atlas and Nintendo seem to have a pretty good relationship right now. I think we're definitely going to see that. Mortal Kombat 1, I believe, will also show up, and Prince of Persia, that new Prince of Persia 2D platformer. I think those three things haven't been mentioned yet on Switch because they were waiting for this Direct to announce it. Also, if it hasn't been canceled already internally, I do believe we'll finally get a glimpse of Hogwarts Legacy gameplay on the Switch. I'm not sure Nintendo has a ton of things up their sleeve to show, so I think we're going to get a gameplay trailer for 1-2 Everybody Switch, the game that nobody wants, but Nintendo made anyway, so I expect that in the Direct. Oh, and the new Sonic game. We saw the new Sonic game. I believe we're going to see a trailer for that running on the Switch as well. It looks really beautiful at Summer Game Fest. We'll definitely, obviously, get some sort of montage of third-party games coming this fall, maybe even some indie games thrown in there. They always have a montage like that towards the end of the Direct. And then lastly, I do believe we're going to see a new 2D Mario game to close the show. Again, I think Nintendo is looking for cheap and easy ways to continue to support the Switch while they ramp up production on games for their next gen console. And a 2D Mario game is a perfect way for them to do that. And that's what I think. That's what I think is going to be there, what I'd like to see, and what definitely won't be in the Direct. We'll see how many I get right. Let me know what you think. Do you think there's even going to be a Direct? And what do you think is going to be in it? Thanks for watching. Stay kind and encouraging out there. Please subscribe for more gaming goodness, and I'll catch you on the flippity flip.